The Chicago Teachers Union's causing chaos and panic for over 350,000 students after pulling the plug on in-person learning late last night. Thousands of families left scrambling this morning after the union switched back to remote learning because its demands weren't met. More than 90% of Chicago public school employees fully vaxxed, but that isn't enough for teachers to do their jobs. Not being at school has all sorts of negative consequences, but don't take my word for it.
What we should not be doing is allowing CTU leadership to shut down an entire school system for what? When our district was fully remote, our children suffered. There's no disputing that reality. We should not be politicizing the pandemic. That is a mistake and ultimately hurts our children and families.
I believe schools should remain open. You know, they have what they need. Because of the American Rescue Plan, we provided the states with $130 billion, with a B, billion dollars to specifically keep our students safe and schools open.
The union's demanding the city spend even more money for a safer work environment. But the city of Chicago already got $2 billion in COVID funds for schools. So what happened to all the money? And then there's the science. You've heard it over and over again. We just got to follow it. Chicago's top doc blasting the union for not listening.
At least among children, we have to think of this as similar to flu. You add vaccination on top of that, the risk is even lower. And that is what we are seeing right now. We need kids to get vaccinated, but I remain extremely comfortable with children continuing in-person education.
So, Geraldo, if you are the mayor of Chicago, God help us all, what do? Mayor Rivera?
Well, I think that Lori Lightfoot is absolutely right, Jesse. This is a teachers union ambush. I'm generally pro-union, but this walkout was clumsy, it was spiteful, it was absolutely devastating for these children's well-being. Where are they going to eat, some of these families now? I think it's absolutely awful. What I would do, to answer your specific question, is to dock them their pay for every day they are out. And I would continue the lockout, the virtual lockout that Lori Lightfoot has put in place, Jesse. She's not letting these absent teachers sign on to do their virtual education. So they can't say, these renegade teachers cannot say that they presented themselves for virtual work because they're not allowed to sign on, dock their pay. This is absolutely cruel what they have done to these children, Jesse.
That's a good idea, Mayor Rivera. Judge Janine, the parents' relationship with the teachers has to be destroyed now. I mean, it has to be totally destroyed at this point, January 2022.
Well, look, we're in year 3 of COVID. What do we know? We know that kids are safest when they're at school. We know, because we talked about it for a long time, all of the danger, whether it's psychological, mental, whether it's just in terms of emotional, and then scholastic, all of the harm to children when they're not at school, domestic violence, child neglect, all that. We also know that 90% of the teachers are vaccinated. We also know, Jesse, as you said, $2 billion to protect the schools. Now, why are teachers saying it's not safe enough to go to school when they are in one of the most protected environments in the country? I doubt that anything is more protected other than a hospital. It's because the teachers are lazy. But ask yourselves this, for all the teachers who are afraid to go to school, 90% of whom are vaccinated, among the least affected of our population, children, do they go to Dunkin' Donuts? Do they go to the supermarket? Do they get into an elevator to go to their apartment? Do they get on a bus? Do they go to the barbershop? Are they separating themselves from society at large, or are they just too lazy to go to work? And that's what this is. This is an illegal walkout. They should not be paid. And it's time for these teachers to, and they've collected money, by the way, Jesse, for the last 3 years. It's time for them to not get a paycheck anymore. Call it a day and replace them.
Those are all great points. Dana, where is Michelle Obama? Where's Barack Obama? Jill Biden, doctorate in education. Have you seen enough leadership on the national level to kind of knock some heads together in the city of Chicago to get this thing done?
have you checked Hawaii? That might be one place you could find them. But I was actually going to bring this up. I think that if Biden has an opportunity here to turn something around, which we're going to talk about later, if he wants to take it, right? He said to them, we gave you the money. Lori Lightfoot is standing there by herself. What I would do if I were Joe Biden is tomorrow, after I gave my January 6th commentary at the Statuary Hall at 9 a.m., I'd get on a plane with Dr. Jill Biden, with Miguel Cardona, the Secretary of Education, with Javier Becerra, remember him? The Secretary of Health and Human Services. I think he might be in witness protection for cabinet secretaries. He is like nowhere to be found during this entire crisis. And I would go to Chicago. I would stand with Lori Lightfoot. I would have something that says, some sort of concrete thing that says, we are going to have a stand here. Many Democrats across the country realize just how terrible this is, and they are worried about it. You know, you had Nicole Hannah-Jones of the 1619 Project saying, she said, hey, we should be able to talk about how teachers should be in the classroom. And it goes on from there. This is across the board a terrible situation. You know, it's a good thing to think about the future of perhaps school choice being more widely applicable after something like this. But right now, you have a crisis of parents having to try to homeschool children by Zoom, while teachers who should have been vaccinated but probably will be willing to go to the bar. I mean, Janine, you were very kind, asking if they did all those things that were normal. But what a lot of parents have seen is that check these teachers' Instagram accounts. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Great ideas all around, Greg. Let's see if you can contribute.
You have to look at this from the positive perspective. This is absolutely great news. This is the double destruction of the pandemic and of the teachers' unions happening at exactly the same time, right? We now know that the pandemic is over. The teachers' unions pushed us over the cliff. It's going to happen February 1st. This is all going to be behind us. And it's time now to sever the ties with the least competitive entity on the planet since the Washington Generals. Our educational system is just like the Washington Generals in that we pay them to lose. The only thing worse is that they're teaching our children to lose. They're going to lose in life because they're falling behind. We've learned one really important thing from remote learning. No one is remotely learning. Children are locked in supervised jail time in these schools. All that's missing are 3 hots and a cot. The school is a prison run by clock watchers, and we've now figured this out. This is an amazing opportunity. I think that we should dive on this. It's all about school choice. It's all about introducing competition into the one place on planet Earth, besides Cuba and North Korea, where competition is seen as obscene. It's time. Last, an MSNBC host flipped out on Twitter over a 4-year-old not allowed in a restaurant because the 4-year-old wasn't vaxxed. So why would an MSNBC anchor get so pissed off about this? Because it was his kid. Yep. It was his kid. So it goes to the Gutfeld rule I mentioned yesterday. Nothing bad ever happens until it happens to somebody in the media. And that's what you're seeing right now with the unions by their overstepping. The looniest of the left. The looniest of the left. Dana mentioned Hannah-Jones. You have the walking head injury known as Joe Lockhart. You got Lightfoot, who's about 10 years behind us in this matter, finally catching up to us. So once again, you see that lag. And now the people that refuse to listen to us are saying, holy crap, it's now my kids. It's now my job. It's now my career. What the F are we going to do? Well, you should have listened to us because we've been saying this for 2 years, you stupid morons. I have no sympathy for Lori Lightfoot. She should have been there at the beginning because she's a leader. But none of these people are leaders. It is time for the American public to become the leaders, to say we've had enough of this crap. It's over. Our kids, if you're not teaching our kids, we're taking our kids out of the schools. We're not going to pay our damn taxes either.
I didn't think you could top the first 3, Greg, but you did it.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.